Good morning. So this morning, been really quiet around the reserve lately. So I thought I'd do something I don't normally do, which I've come down to the area which is the bird feeder hide. So there's bird feeders out here, and it still collects quite a lot of small birds. There are bullfinches, goldfinches, blue tits, greenfinches, all sorts of stuff flying around. So thought we'd come down here, just have a little look, see what's going on, and have a look at some methods for shooting around bird feeders. Because what you don't want to be doing, you don't want to be shooting the birds on the bird feeder. So really a bit in line with a video I did recently, we're trying to get an isolated background. What we're looking for is a branch that's near the bird feeder that the birds are going to drop onto before they drop down to the bird feeders. That's got a nice isolated background at the back of it, so we can get some nice shots. The area we're in here, the bird feeders are hung under the trees, so it's quite dark under the trees. They're actually on the edge of the trees, so the bird feeders have got sunlight on them, but the actual background is very dark, which can give us quite a nice effect on the birds, so make the birds really stand out from the background, and it can look quite good. So that's the plan for this morning. We're going to spend a little while here, just see what shots we can get of the birds, and then and see how it comes out. So let's try that. So we're just shooting around the bird feeders here. The idea is not to shoot on the birds on the bird feeders, so I'm just giving an example of how they're coming in. So what we need to be looking for are some branches around the bird feeders which have got a nice background, nice isolated background, and I've talked about that in a previous video, which I'll put a link to above. And once we find that branch, we just want to focus on that branch and the birds coming into that area. So because of the difference in the light levels in here, because we've got dark areas, we've got light birds, everything else, we're going to have to shoot this on fully manual mode. So what I've done at the moment, I've just taken a reading off the foliage on the ground just to give me an idea of what it's like in the area where the birds are. And then I'm setting my settings from that. So at the moment we're shooting at f5.6, 200th of a second, because it is still quite dark around here this morning, quite dull. And at the moment we're at an ISO of 4000, hoping that when the light levels start to increase a little bit, because it's a bit early, it's a bit misty, as the light levels increase in this area, we might not even get still below ISO 2000, but if the sun comes out and it does really brighten up, then we might get lower than that. But yeah, got that all set. White balance set to cloudy, because it is pretty cloudy this morning, so that will give a bit of warmth in the image as well. So yeah. Let's take a few shots and see what we can get. As you can see, the feeders aren't attractive. When the birds are coming into the feeders, they're not attractive at all. So that's what we're really trying to avoid, just to get the birds off the feeders on some of the branches around the feeder. So what I've done is I've picked this branch, which is, you see the bird feeder hanging from it, and if we shoot to this branch to the right or left hand side of the bird feeder, as I say, we've got that nice dark background really isolated. That's going to isolate the birds quite nicely and give a nice light on the birds. But a quite nice natural perch for them to land on. See that blue tit just dropped into there, so that's the images we're looking for. That blue tit sitting on there before it drops down to the feeder, and that's going to give us some quite nice shots. I think, you know, they're coming in quite regularly onto there, so we should get plenty of shots, and we should get some good images without the bird feeder in the image, yeah, that should look really nice. Got a little young goldfinch up there at the moment, so let's stop the videoing and let's see if we can get some images. So from this height we've actually got quite a nice view of the lake as well, so if anything does appear or crop up, you know, we can maybe get something from here, although you're a little bit far away from the water here, so it's going to be difficult, but sometimes you get sort of flying in and flying out, so we might get something over the top as well. So this has given us this really dark background. This has given us some really nice low-key images, so the birds are really highlighted against that dark background. Quite an artistic sort of look. So I'm going to continue to shoot this, and I think hopefully we get some good shots for you guys to see. So when you're doing this, the temptation is to keep jumping around from different feeders, different branches and everything. But particularly when you're working on quite a low shutter speed, you need to be steady and you need to be sure of what you're doing. So my recommendation is just pick a branch, concentrate on that branch. If something lands on a branch nearby, just ignore it for now. Just focus on that branch where you really want that shot, and that will give you the best shots. Once you've done that, spend 5 or 10 minutes on that branch, and then maybe pick another one. And there's a few around here that are really nice, and with a little bit misty and a little bit dull, it's giving some really nice atmospheric shots. And yeah, I think we're going to see some good stuff in there. But as I say, just focus. You know what I'm like, I get distracted very easy, so it's hard for me, but I really need to just focus on one branch, get the birds coming into there, shoot them, and then go to a different branch and try a different location. And that's my recommendation, definitely. And one of the things as well is attention to detail. You can see the branch we're focusing on above the bird feeder here, there's actually a cable tie around the branch as well, a plastic cable tie, and we don't want that in the images. We want to be shooting the bird either left or right of that, so we can crop out that area where the cable tie is. The last thing you want to see is the bird sitting on a lovely, natural, beautiful perch, but then there's a plastic cable tie in the way. A little goldfinch just dropped into the branch in front now. Lovely. So the light's really starting to improve now. The mist and the haze is clearing. Caden was just getting a bit of sun coming through as well, so we've managed to drop it down to that ISO 1000. Yeah, and I think we're getting some really good images now, some good light on the birds. and look at ways to try and frame the bird as well. Here, it's difficult for me to point out because it's on the main DSLR, but we've got a little sort of almost a rectangle of branches and leaves here, just slightly right and up of the image of where we're filming. So if we get a bird land on the branch which we're focused on, where that leaf is on the branch, it's going to be nicely framed within that nice square area. So that'll give a nice image as well. You know, we've got some nice framing around the bird, and the bird just sitting there. Again, dark background, nice bit of light in front, and if we can catch that right, then that should look really good. Yeah, there's absolutely loads just dropping in now. I mean, it's, you know, if I don't get some decent shots out of this, then, well, I need to give up. There we've got that bird now framed in that nice area we want. You know, just sit and wait for it. You know, don't chase it. Sit and wait for it. So we've just got a pair of pheasants that have come into the area, just feeding off the scraps on the ground at the moment. They're stunning birds. I mean, they're very underrated. They're absolutely beautiful birds. The male has got amazing colours on it. So we've got quite a few shots now of the birds on the perch, etc. Got a bit of time to spare, so what I'm going to try and do is see if we can catch a few in flight coming into the feeders. Again, with that nice dark background, see if we can isolate the bird, and you know, we might get one if we're lucky. We can take quite a few shots, but may get one, may not get anything. That's quite a tough thing to get. So what I'm doing is, in a video when I was in the garden, I showed how to catch small birds in flight, so I'll put a link to that up above. But what I'm trying to do is pre-focus in an area where the birds are flying into the feeder, so that, you know, all we've got to do is basically hold the button. We've set everything up, we've got the right settings, we've got a high shutter speed, we're in at 1/250th of a second, sorry, 1/2500th of a second, and we're just going to see that should be sharp, should be fast enough to stop the action as they fly in. And we're at ISO 2500 at the moment because the light's getting quite nice now. Yeah, let's see if we can capture anything. So yeah, it's been really great fun. Hopefully we've got some nice images out of this. So that dark background with the birds standing out is absolutely, I think it looks stunning actually, I really do. And love to hear your comments below, just let me know what you think of them. So yeah, that's about it for me. Have a great day, whatever you're doing. Slap a like on the thumbs up below for me if you like the video, and great to have you subscribe if you're new around here, and again, thanks to everybody who continues to follow me. And in the meantime, have a great day, and I'll catch up with you again soon. Bye for now.